Okay, so today I'm making a different kind of video, and the change that I made is that I am not in this corner anymore. I am in this corner at the top right. So I have realized that people care more about style than about content and importance. So I just wanted to change my style, Um, it was a nice touch that I just changed where I am in the video. And let's start. You know, I'm preparing videos for people who can understand such things, who just who wants to know the truth. Who they're like wise people. I'm actually preparing videos for really wise people. Not everybody has the patience to watch and value my videos and share them. Obviously, I appreciate very much those of you who are sharing my videos, but it's not enough, obviously. According, if you look at the views on such an important video, I mean, it's nothing. So, but anyway, I will keep preparing this. I am doing this for my own personal pleasure anyway. Kind of. I have a false hope that people will realize, and maybe we will have a chance to prevent 6 mass extinction. Not prevent, but slow down. But I don't think that will be the case. But anyway, I'm going to prepare it anyway because I can't do anything else. I don't have. But what will I do? I will go and join and cheer the 6 mass extinction. I need to talk about it, why it happens, and ways of being against it. If we talk about the root cause of it, so we can realize what's wrong, so we can figure out what's right and wrong. So okay, that's my logic at least. So in my documentary, The Connections 2021 short documentary, I have mentioned about some things, and now I will try to explain what I mean by connections and loss of connections, and by exponential growth of problems, etc. So I will give some examples so you can have a more robust idea of what I'm talking about. So, a few days ago, it happened before as well. There is a metal object in my house. It belongs to the bed. So there is a metal on the bed. So the bed frame is made of wood and there is metal on it. And my cat scratches around and he scratches the metal as well. And always he gets stuck. So I have to, so he waits until I go and rescue him from the metal. And for a layman, I mean, for a regular person, that's just what it is, But for anybody who knows what I know, that's a loss of connections. So that's what I mean by loss of connection. So these cats, evolved in nature, and there were no such hard metal objects. There were trees, they were scratching trees, and maybe some rocks, but they didn't have such hard novelty, such novel objects. So their nails can stuck in, and I go and rescue him. So you might say, okay, that's a change, and he need to adapt because he couldn't adapt. He must die or whatever. But this change is happening so fast that we are causing the 6 mass extinction. Okay, that's the problem, kind of, for us as well, because we are also losing connections, not just these animals. And it is getting faster and faster. So this connection, you observe it every day, but you don't realize it, you don't recognize it. you don't have the same connection with your family and with your colleagues. But we are moving from, we are spending more and more time with colleagues than with family. So that's loss of connections, and it is happening faster and faster. And now we are losing connections with our kids, that they are just started playing video games or whatever. They don't even care about us anymore. I mean, I don't have a kid, but I see around, and they are complaining about that. Their kids are just doing this all the time, and they don't care about anything else, because that's like they have games in there that is just easy to win, and so easy, like it is like addiction, like fast food, and they're all the same. This whole technological civilization is a case of addiction. It's a case of very similar to fast food, and these are all loss of connections. So in the documentary there is a scene like that, and we have 3 black dots representing technological civilization, and many other red dots, which is our problems. So these 3 black dots are fake, false solutions to our real problems, and these red dots are our real problems. And these red dots grow faster than these black dots. And people usually see these black dots. We have been conditioned to see these black dots only. So that's how we can support civilization. That's how we can say, okay, we are comfortable because we are just seeing the black dots. We are in the black dot region. We don't care about the rest. We don't care about these other red dots. We don't care about this blue region was humanity. So we don't care about all these increasing problems in humanity, let's say with climate change, and it is expected that in 2100 that there will be a 60% reduction in food production due to climate change. And if we put water scarcity and soil erosion and etc., I mean, huge problems, it is coming. Okay, so these are the red dots in humanity, and we will feel it more and more. I mean, these red dots are like, as I said, loss of connections with family. These red dots in the blue region includes that as well. I mean, we say, okay, companies try to brainwash us to keep going. Just we are family. We are not family. You are just people came together to earn some money to be able to buy food, or to live your dreams. So you just you can have a holiday a few weeks in a year, so you can feel free. Okay, that's all about it. And so I'm going to explain what I mean by it a little bit more, so those of you who might be interested in this can realize that, okay, this makes sense, and it is now I understand it better what you meant by all these. Because if we take it slowly, maybe it is better for some of you. That so you might ask, okay, what are these green regions then? They are nature. They are nature that you don't even hear about. Maybe sometimes you hear on the news that there is some forest fire or whatever. The red dots in the green region are those, and extinctions, wildlife extinctions, the lions going extinct, and elephants and buffalo, and all these included in these red dots. And so we hear many problems concerning humanity or wildlife, and they're all included in this. And the main thing is that as long as we insist on technology, these red dots will keep growing faster than the black dots. So maybe actually I should have done this green curve as a black curve, because but I just did it because it's human disruption, human intervention. So humans are represented with green and like something good, whatever. But anyway, so you got the idea. So this green curve represents our false solutions and seemingly connecting things, and the red curve is the disconnections, the real disconnections that is happening. So the red curve is growing faster than the green curve, and that means it is growing exponentially relative to the green curve. So if you subtract the green curve from the red curve, you have the problems of humanity, and the net problems for humanity is growing exponentially. The difference between the green and the red curve is growing exponentially. The difference between them, if you follow, it grows exponentially. And that means that we are disconnecting more than we are connecting. There was a advertisement with Nokia connecting people. Well, no, actually, they should have said that we are disconnecting more than we are connecting, because that's the reality with technology. Because think about it, when you are face to face with your community, you have all these bits of information. You have the vision, the smell, and the emotions, and touch, and all these connections. And you get to Nokia and you just have few letters, and you can't even connect properly. And the red curve is all these lost connections, face to face smell, and all this touch and everything, all these emotions, when it's like happens like magic, because the product of millions of years of evolution. So we lose all that, and what we have some letters, and that's the green curve. And the company says, okay, that's what we are going to advertise. We connect people. Okay, you disconnect so much and you connect so few that actually, if you were honest, if the Nokia advertisements were honest, they would say, okay, we disconnect more than we connect, but we must advertise you this because we want to earn money. And yeah, so you get the idea what I mean by losing connections faster than we are, making them. I can give many examples with that, but I want you to think in your daily lives, because I think that's the important thing, that if you start thinking, if you have this message, this is the most important message that you can have. If you have this message and apply to your everyday life, then you become wise and you realize what's really going on. You don't feel anymore, lost, and you don't feel that you don't know what's going on. You know what's going on, and you realize, and you pick, and you say, okay, oh, that happened, and that was a loss of connections, and we have traded this by that, and that's why I feel bad, because that has created this problem, and that has affected me, and so you can make all these kind of new connections, although they are still, they don't replace what you have lost, but it is better than nothing, because we have to inform people about this, that when we come up with novel solutions, when we come up with novel false solutions, which any novel solution will be false solution. Novel means false for technology, for us in this context. statistically speaking. If you want to learn more about it, you can go and watch the documentary, and especially you can go and watch my lecture about it. I explain it better because, you know, to summarize it, if you change faster than the average change in the nature, you take bigger and bigger risks. So the faster change means bigger risks, means bigger risk for disconnection, bigger risk for extinction, etc. And I mean, we have been conditioned to blame each other for these disconnections. So we blame each other. We blame all kinds of, you know, because we feel that there is disconnection, because as members of nature, when we disconnect, we can feel that something is wrong, but we don't know what's wrong. I'm giving you the reason, the main reason what's wrong. So if you get this, you have the power to understand everything, what's going on. But if you don't know that, you feel something is wrong, and you feel the need to blame others. You blame your, let's say, loved one. If you are married, marriage is a novel solution. So okay, so you blame other people around you. You blame, let's say, my dog. Okay, sometimes he pees in the house, and if I didn't know that, I would blame the dog. I would say, you're a bad dog, why are you peeing in the house? No, it's this is house, and dogs, they are novel. They are not nature. This is not nature. This is not natural. Nothing. And I can't blame the dog. You know. So blame. I can't blame anything if I know this. You know. I can't blame the addicts. I can't blame addiction. I can't blame people who abuse and murder animals. I can blame myself for feeling disrespect and disgust for them, etc. So these are natural processes that is going on when these disconnections happen. And so what we must understand, what is the ultimate knowledge that we must take away from all these, that it is what I was trying to explain in the documentary. It is that we should stop the novel technologies. We should undo the technologies that we did. We should, as fast as possible, as much as possible, and you know, domestication is another form of technology, and we should undo those. Let alone coming up with new novel technologies. We should undo those that we just came up with, and you know, because they were mistakes. I mean, we should undo. Let's replace the word novel technologies with mistake, and everything makes sense. So we shouldn't come up with new mistakes, and we should undo our mistakes. Okay, so that's the thing. But the problem is how we undo our mistakes. It's not that easy. Many people will suffer, etc. What's the best path towards that? That is debatable. Okay, but what is important that we understand that we must stop coming up with new mistakes, and we should undo our mistakes, and we should stop blaming each other, and really like be wise, be logical, be compassionate, etc. But I mean, like, you know, I can't. Anyway, okay, I don't want to make this video too long, so you get the main idea, I hope. And I hope you appreciate the new setting. You see, I'm at the right up here, not at the bottom. I'm here. And for those who value fashion, that's very different, the opposite of what I was. So you know, some change is good, but I didn't change it that much because I know that if you change things very fast, very novel things might cause problems. Uh, for natural balance, we are not talking about natural balance. This is just, you know, virtual reality. It's very novel, so it doesn't matter where I am. I was just trying to make it have a joke, and okay, make a joke, and I'm not that funny. I'm not good with jokes, so okay, I messed it up. Okay,